Hello out there, and welcome back to another episode of our College Confidential, talking about the 2014 college football season. I'm Jimmy Birch. This is Carlos Mendez. We're with the Star-Telegram, and we're getting ready for another big week of action. We got you got Texas A&M, you got Baylor. Both of them top 10 teams, at least in one poll. One poll likes A&M a little better. One other group of voters likes Baylor a little bit better. So, Carlos, who's the best team in Texas?
Team with a healthy quarterback. That's
and
the
that
Aggies.
is? All right.
That's the Aggies. In fact, I've been flipping through this media guide just to make sure that I know what I'm talking about with them. But really, all you got to think about with them is Kenny Trill. Okay? I've never seen a performance like that on the road to open a year from a first-year starter with everybody watching the debut of a SEC network. I don't know what else he could have put on the table to impress people. Unfortunately, the next three games aren't going to tell us much more. Right. But those guys have done everything you need to do. I don't see why they're not the best team.
Well, I agree with everything you said, but you got to play defense. And the other side of the ball, Baylor takes care of that. A&M still gave up 7 yards of play in that game. They got room to grow. They're younger than Baylor. Baylor's a more experienced team. This is a fluid situation. Right now, I got to give the Bears a slight edge. Ask me again next week, you might get a different answer. You know, it's like I tell my wife and kids every week. So what else we got going on this week?
Well, I noticed a lot of quarterbacks got banged up, and I was thinking about Texas. They lost their quarterback and their center. What's happening with them?
That's a rough situation. That led to the only touchdown that North Texas scored was a bad center exchange between the backup center and the quarterback who got hurt, David Ash, who is out for this week, maybe out forever. I don't know. 3 concussions in his last 3 games. That's a very serious situation that goes beyond football. Our best to him and his family. I hope he'll take some serious thought about whether he needs to get back into the arena again. But as long as Texas is in the arena, they're going to have to go with Gerard Hurd, a freshman from Denton Geyer, or this guy who's going to start, and I don't know how long he'll stay in as a starter, but Tyrone Swoops, who wasn't real impressive as a backup quarterback last year, wasn't real impressive in this year's spring game, and it'll be interesting to see where the Longhorns go from there. It's a really tough stretch. They got 4 of the next 5 weeks against teams that are as good or probably better than they are, and it could get kind of ugly for them before it starts getting a little better. But in terms of somebody that's looking good, tell me about the Frogs. 1-0, got a week off, guaranteed to be undefeated until we do this next week.
Yeah, that 1-0 was a big deal for Gary Patterson. He really wanted to win. I think he still got a little bit bad taste from last year in his mouth. And
sure?
That's what Sanford was. It was a layup game. They just want to get out there and kind of get in pads, get in a uniform, and beat somebody.
Did that.
And now you've got a week to kind of examine things, look at the autopsy and see where you can get it a little bit better. And now you got Minnesota, which is a middle-of-the-road Big Ten team coming in. It's going to be a better test, but you're just kind of stepping up in class a little bit. So I think they got done what they wanted to do, just win and gain some confidence.
Yeah, one quick thing in the Minnesota game, which to me that's maybe the most interesting game on TCU's schedule, because that's the season turner. Do you build on this? Do you not? And if they're toying around the 6-6 mark at the end of the year, that could be the win-or-go-home game. So
no doubt about it. But around the state, what did you see last week?
We got 8 of our 12 teams from Texas won their openers. 4 of them didn't. The team that really caught my eye was UT San Antonio, and everybody goes, "Huh? They have a football program down there?" Actually, they do, and it's 4th year. It's their first year as a bowl eligible team, and they're very good. They're a co-favorite in Conference USA. They thumped Houston 27-7 last week in their opener. They play this week against Arizona, Rich Rod, and then they play Oklahoma State. And it wouldn't be shocking if they picked off one of those games. They're going to win 8 or 9 games this year, and they're going to be bowl eligible. And I don't know how much San Antonio will celebrate that in comparison to a Spurs celebration, but it'll at least probably like that. But at least will be a first for San Antonio. So anyway, that's all we got for this week. We appreciate you dialing us up, and have a great week out there.